On today's episode of Chikefi Talk Show, we'll be comparing players from generation to generation and the greatest player in each country. I'm not here alone. I'm here with a brother and a friend, Crabbe. Crabbe, how are you doing?
I'm good, bro. Yeah.
First, I need to ask you, do you think this generation player and the previous generation player, what do you think is better?
I think the previous generation. I think football has become more fragile now. Before, football was.
But now football is electronic football. They play football with VR, goal line technology and everything.
That's why I said it has become more fragile. It's no longer rigid like before. Then these days, any little tackle on you, the whistle is blown and all that. Then football was more rigid. You make tackles on people and then you get up, you contribute. These days, people are treated like babies and all that. So I don't see that excitement.
But I still think this present generation footballers are slightly better than the old generation footballers. I understand football then was very, very interesting than this generation. Because of the VR, the goal line technology, small contact is a free kick, is a penalty.
I don't think so.
The little line of sight, those things have really take the glamour of football. I think personally, I think it has taken the glamour of football because a beautiful goal will be scored and it will be chopped up because of margin offside. Yeah. I really think those things need to be looked at too. But still, I still believe like this generation footballer is slightly better than the previous generation.
I don't think so. If we were to compare player to player, I don't think they can match.
Let's compare some players.
Player to player, they can never
Let's
match.
compare some players in each country. Let's do Nigeria. Let's do Okocha, John Obi Mikel, and Wilfred Ndidi.
Okay, let's put it this way. I'll do it this way. Those are three different types of players. Okocha is a beautiful footballer. He plays with a lot of flair. He could have done more.
If he played in a bigger club.
If he played in a bigger club, he could have even won a Ballon d'Or because he was that good. So when it comes to the football itself, playing football, I don't see any Nigerian player coming close to JJ Okocha. I do not see. There's no player that can be compared.
Do you think JJ Okocha is the greatest Nigerian player?
When it comes to playing football the art of football, yes, he is the greatest.
I think Kanu is the greatest.
No.
I think Kanu is the greatest.
Because Kanu was a beautiful player. When it comes to football abilities, somebody that can make use of
JJ Okocha. I think JJ Okocha in his days is a very good footballer. He's a very, very good footballer. But I think a lot of times he plays a lot.
There's nothing JJ Okocha cannot do with football.
Let's do this. Let's do Ronaldinho, Neymar.
Neymar. I always go with Ronaldinho ahead of Neymar.
Come on.
Do
you know who Neymar is?
Every day.
I think personally.
Did you watch Ronaldinho play? Ronaldinho make people see. If you still ask kids, Ronaldinho make people fall in love with football.
I think Neymar career trying to do immediately left.
That's what I'm saying. Like
I think Ronaldinho career is not long. Ronaldinho played good football for like 2-3 seasons in Barcelona. After that, from 2002 to 2005. After 2005, Ronaldo was off. I think but Neymar has been there for like since 17 years.
But right now, I think we're talking prime. We're talking prime to prime, right?
Yeah, prime to prime.
Prime to prime, Ronaldo was far better than Neymar. Ronaldo's prime was far better than Neymar. Neymar was playing with the likes of Messi and Suarez.
I think Ronaldo, you might say Ronaldo because Ronaldo won the World Cup, won the Champions League and everything.
Ronaldo is far better football-wise.
Football abilities.
Ronaldo is better, far better. I'm not saying Neymar is good. Neymar can do some dribbles. When it comes to football abilities, Ronaldo is up there.
Are you serious?
Ronaldo is up there.
Okay, let's do Ronaldo.
No, it's always Messi any day, anytime. Messi is far ahead.
Football abilities,
everything,
trophies.
everywhere, trophies, everywhere.
I think this guy has more trophies than him.
No, Messi is the most decorated player of all time.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I need to fact check completed football. Messi completed football. There's nothing Messi has not won when it comes to football. Is it League Cup? Is it the UEFA Champions League? Is it World Cup? Name it.
I think football abilities. I think Messi is better too. Like,
Messi is far better.
He's way ahead. There's no player to be compared to Messi in the whole world, like in the whole history of football.
There's no player.
I'm just happy I came and see Messi watch.
And I don't know. This might cause
we might not even see Messi. Someone like Messi in the next 100 years.
This might cause a little stir of like arguments in the comment section. We are not saying Ronaldo is not a good player. Ronaldo is a good player, but when it comes to football abilities, Ronaldo doesn't come close to Messi. In no way.
I think they come in same generation, and that is a big problem for them. But then I still feel like.
And one more thing, let me cause a little bit of argument. Yeah, one more thing. Ronaldo is only great because there's Messi. If there was no Messi, Ronaldo would not be great.
What are you saying? what are you saying? After Messi, Ronaldo is the greatest player ever. More than the Maradonas, the Peles, and everybody.
No. After Messi, we talk about Maradona.
Oh,
God,
Maradona,
we talk about Pele. We talk about Pele. Ronaldo does not win a World Cup until he wins the World Cup. Then he can be second to Messi. No. If he wins the World, any day Ronaldo wins the World Cup, to me,
there is this little argument here and there in recent times. People are really comparing Steven Gerrard to Jude Bellingham. Do you think the hype is too much for Bellingham right now?
I feel like, to me, no, I don't feel like the hype is too much, because Bellingham is a player that loves responsibilities, and I've watched him. Bellingham is carrying. Bellingham is
almost
carrying,
every year.
Bellingham is.
There is a time it was Dele Alli. There was a time it was Jesse Lingard. There was a time it was.
You can't compare those players to Bellingham. Bellingham is not. What I like about him is that he's not scared of responsibility. He's not scared of. He's always going after the ball. That's one sweet thing about him. He's a very beautiful player.
So
and I like the fact that
Gerrard, Bellingham, you are choosing this generation. You are choosing Bellingham.
I'll go with Bellingham for now.
Football abilities. We are not even talking about
abilities. I'll go with Bellingham. Football abilities.
I really watched Steven Gerrard play football, and I think Bellingham hasn't done anything.
Bellingham, I feel like. What Steven Gerrard? What Steven Gerrard did?
I'm not talking about trophies. We are not just talking about football ability.
Let me please. What Steven Gerrard did in his time, I feel like Bellingham can do it. But what Bellingham is doing now, Steven Gerrard can't do it. The style of play, the flair, and everything. He can score goals. He can. I don't know. I don't think Stevie G can do what he's doing at Real Madrid. But I feel like Bellingham.
I think almost every year, almost every 2 years, England come up with players like that, because I remember there was a time Jack Wilshere is on everybody's lips, and at the end of the day, fell off. That was the time it was Jesse Lingard. At the end of the day, that was the time it was Jared Bowman of West Ham.
But,
at the end of the day,
the beautiful thing about Bellingham is I like the fact that he's not allowing the hype get to him. You see, most of all these players, they allow the hype get to them. But Bellingham is not allowing the hype get to him. He's just enjoying the moments, doing his job. And he's playing like Bellingham is playing like a 35-year-old man already. And he's still in his 20s. Yeah.
I want to ask a direct question.
Yeah.
I want to ask a direct question. Who do you think is better football abilities? Lampard and this Arsenal player, Rice. Football abilities. That's a tough one. Football abilities.
I watched Frank Lampard play. He was a beautiful player, but Lampard was really good at scoring goals. It was not really. I don't think Lampard was not really good on the ball, but was good at scoring goals and making some little passes. It was just a good player, let me put it that way, and he could score goals. But Declan Rice, the difference is the bit of flair, the style of play of Declan Rice. That's just the difference. So when it comes to football abilities, I'll go with Declan Rice.
I think this hype is getting too much for these guys. I think before Declan Rice came to Arsenal, I think he was a good player. When he came to Arsenal, I can see him fully like, okay, this is a great player. But then, to be compared with Lampard, I think...
No, you know, if you talk about achievements,
no,
career-wise and everything,
I'm saying football abilities. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Alone.
Football abilities, no, I feel like Declan Rice is ahead. Declan Rice is ahead of Lampard, yeah.
So that means we can just sit down one day and start.
But I'm talking about goals. So
I know. But I'm talking about just the football abilities, what they can do on the pitch and everything. Goals is, of course, goals is included.
Declan Rice.
Dribble is included.
No. If you're talking about goals scored.
Passes are included. Of course, all those things are included.
Yeah.
So in the football abilities, but this very one.
I'll go with Declan Rice.
We might start comparing Xavi to Pedri anytime soon. Do you think so?
If Pedri continue in this form, the way he is, he's going to do more than Xavi, because these players are beautiful players. The difference is that they've not had the same longevity as the other players. They could have been players that could have been better than Messi and Ronaldo if they had the same longevity as Messi and Ronaldo.
Would you have preferred the older generation player to this generation player?
Yep, I would 100%, because there have been a lot of good players when it comes to the likes of, talk about Xavi, Zidane and all these players. These are players that made you love football in this generation. Apart from maybe the likes of, maybe I could say maybe I like Odegaard, I like Bellingham, maybe just this two, maybe Kevin De Bruyne. players that I watch and I love the way they play, the way they make use of the ball, their abilities on the ball and all that.
Let's
apart
do a
from these
quick one.
players,
Kevin
yeah.
De Bruyne and Modric. What do you go for?
Modric, Kevin De Bruyne. I'll go with Modric because of what he has achieved.
Football abilities, we are not talking about achievements.
Football abilities, I'll go with Modric.
I think Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder of his generation. Like, I'm very
Do you know why
This guy
you could say this?
This guy.
Because this generation there's no competition.
Of
It's
this generation.
There's no
Of this generation.
in this generation. The reason why you can say this is that there's no competition. But
He can do everything.
Prime Modric, when Modric was younger in his 20s, we had the likes of Xavi, Iniesta, Andrea Pirlo. We have great players, Lampard, Gerrard. There was a lot of competition, but now apart from Kevin De Bruyne, there's nobody. So it feels like he's that good.
The best midfielder of this generation.
Okay, let me put it this way: Kevin De Bruyne and I'm asking you now, it's the same question. Kevin De Bruyne and Modric.
Kevin De Bruyne 100 for me.
Kevin De Bruyne and Xavi.
Kevin De Bruyne.
Kavima and Iniesta.
Kevin De Bruyne.
So you're saying that Kevin De Bruyne is the best midfielder of all times. That's what you're saying. Okay, Kevin De Bruyne and Zinedine.
I think I will go for. That's a tough one.
Kevin De Bruyne and Zinedine. So definitely you're saying.
I will still choose Kevin De Bruyne.
That means you're saying Kevin De Bruyne is the greatest midfielder of all time.
Do you see that guy play football?
I've watched him. You can't compare. You can't. Bro.
Do you see that guy play football?
Zinedine and Kevin De Bruyne. Like it's an insult. It's an insult to. Did you watch Zidane play? I didn't watch much of Zidane, but I watched him for.
Kevin De Bruyne can do everything.
He can't.
No. Pass, shots.
You can't even compare Kevin De Bruyne and Iniesta. No way. It doesn't come close to
I
them.
can compare Zidane and Iniesta. I think Iniesta